R.A. Shalom, Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem, Rachah HaKodesh. Double honors to my other apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and salutation to the hopeful members of the elect, the Bachariah of the house of David, that's been preordained, predestined to get delivered in these last times and to be the ruling governing body of the nation of Yash'Allah. I want to get into a lesson on something I was reading earlier, a scripture I was reading earlier. I was in the book of First Kings, or Second Kings, Salakia. Alright. Actually, no, First Kings. It just has Second Kings on there, but First Kings, the 18th chapter, I was reading on Elijah. Okay. So let me go to that first. First Kings, the 18th chapter. And it was... And the inspiration of this lesson, all right, when I was reading the scripture, is based on how important the name of the Lord is, which is Yahweh, which means He is to be, He exists, and His only begotten Son, His name is Yahushua. It's not Yahweh, all right. It's not Yahuwah. There's no E's or U's in ancient Hebrew, all right. Okay, but what I'm about to go into, it shows you the importance of our powers names, and you must call upon them. There's no other way. Okay? It says in the scriptures how we're going to call upon the name of the Lord, in these last days, because He took away His name. All right? Actually, let me get a scripture before I continue. All right? Because the elect is going to call upon His name. Zechariah 13 verse 8, and it shall come to pass that in all the land, said the Lord, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die, but the third shall be left therein. All right, the 2/3 of our nation are going to be cut off and die. All right, like Elder Apostle Gabar said, the Lord is going to do an ethnic cleansing. Okay, get rid of that fat, you see. And I will bring the third part through the fire, the elect, all right, the 1/3, and will refine them as silver is refined, and will try them as gold is tried. And we're going through that spiritual fire now. And the reason why you put gold in the fire is to purify it, to get all that dross, that bad metal, the worst metal out of it. And it comes to the surface, and then you scrape it off. And how do you know it's ready? By looking at it, and you can see your own reflection. So the Lord wants to see Himself in us. And they shall call on my name, and I will hear them. I will say, it is my people, and they shall say, the Lord is my power. You see? So the Lord's name is very, very important. So this is First Kings chapter 18, verse 17. And it came to pass, when Ahab saw Elijah, that Ahab said unto him, art thou he that troubleth Israel? And he answered, I have not troubled Israel, but thou and thy father's house, in that ye have forsaken the commandments of the Lord, and thou hast followed Baalim. Now therefore send and gather to me all Israel unto Mount Carmel, and the prophets of Baal 450, and the prophets of the groves 400, which eat at Jezebel's table. So Ahab, that was the king of the north, all right, which are the Latinos and Native Americans today, all right? And the southern kingdom are the Negroes, West Indians, and Haitians today, but we're the same people, the Israelites. So Ahab sent unto all the children of Israel and gathered the prophets together unto Mount Carmel. Bear me for 1 second. Slaggy about that. But let's continue. All right. And it says, so Ahab sent all the children of Israel and gathered the prophets together unto Mount Carmel. And Elijah came unto all the people and said, how long halt ye between two opinions? If the Lord be power, follow him. But if Baal, then follow him. And the people answered him not a word. Then said Elijah unto the people, I, even I only, remain a prophet of the Lord, but Baal's prophets are 450 men. Let them therefore give us 2 bullocks, And let them choose one bullock from themselves, and cut it in pieces, and lay it on wood, and put no fire under. And I will dress the other bullock, and lay it on wood, and put no fire under. And call ye on the name of your gods, and I will call on the name of the Lord. And the God that answereth by fire, let him be God, power. And all the people answered and said, It is well spoken. And Elijah said unto the prophets of Baal, Choose you one bullock for yourselves, and dress it first, for ye are many. And call on the name of your gods, but put no fire under. And they took the bullock which was given them, and they dressed it, and called on the name of Baal from morning even unto noon, saying, O Baal, hear us. But there was no voice, nor any that answered, and they leaped upon the altar which was made. You see, so they called on their gods, all right? They called on their gods, and there was no answer because their gods aren't there. They aren't real, all right? Okay? There's only one true God, and that's Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua. And it says, and it came to pass at noon that Elijah mocked them and said, Cry aloud, for he is a God. Either he is talking, or he is pursuing, or he is in a journey, or peradventure he sleepeth and must be awaked. And they cried aloud and cut themselves after their manner with knives and lancets, till the blood gushed out upon them. And it came to pass when midday was past, and they prophesied unto the time of the offering of the evening sacrifice, that there was neither voice, nor any to answer, nor any that regarded. And Elijah said unto the people, unto all the people, Come near unto me. And all the people came near unto him, and he repaired the altar of the Lord that was broken down. And Elijah took 12 stones, according to the number of the 12 tribes of the sons of Jacob, unto whom the word of the Lord came, saying, Israel shall be thy name. And with the stones he built an altar in the name of the Lord. And he made a trench about the altar, as great as would contain 2 measures of seed. And he put the wood in order, and cut the bullock in pieces, and laid him on the wood, and said, Fill 4 barrels with water. Because remember, they were seeing whose God will answer, and set this sacrifice on fire. Don't put no fire, but if you call on the name of your God, he'll make that fire happen. He'll make that fire, materialize, okay, and burn this sacrifice. You see, but he put water on the sacrifice. You see, 4 barrels of water, mind you, and pour it on the burnt sacrifice and on the wood. And he did it. And he said, do it the second time. So not only once, all right, but a second time. And they did it the second time. And he said, do it the third time. And they did it the third time. And when the water ran about the altar, and he filled the trench also with water. And it came to pass at the time of the offering of the evening sacrifice, that Elijah the prophet came near and said, Lord, O power of Abraham, Isaac, and of Israel, let it be known this day that thou art God in Israel, which his name is Yahweh, all right, and his only begotten son Yahushai, and that I am thy servant, and that I have done all these things at thy word. Hear me, O Lord, hear me, that this people may know that thou art Yahweh power, and that thou hast turned their and thou hast turned their heart back again, all right, their mind. You see? Because Jake sometimes needs to see things, all right? And that's how some of the elect will get, sealed up, man. When they see miracles, they see, the prophet, the righteous prophets doing miracles, performing spiritual power, all right? But it's better to have faith without seeing things, all right? It's better to have faith without seeing any of that. You just believe right then and there, all right? That's a beautiful thing. You just believe without even seeing anything. And now we're seeing things being manifest. We're at the end. We're seeing prophecies popping off, man. And they're going to pop off even more. All right. Then the fire of the Lord fell and consumed the burnt sacrifice and the wood and the stones and the dust, and licked up the water that was in the trench. And when all the people saw it, they fell on their faces, and they said, Yahweh, he is the power. The Lord, Yahweh, he is the power. And Elijah said unto them, take the prophets of Baal, let not one of them escape. And they took them. And Elijah brought them down to the brook Kishon and slew them there. And hey, that's what's going to happen to a lot of you fake prophets, man. All right? You're going to be slayed. Okay? You're going to be slayed. All right? And Elijah said unto Ahab, get thee up, eat and drink, for there is a sound of abundance of rain. Whoo! And because before that, before, the next chapter before, the Lord told Elijah to go up to Ahab and said that there would be a drought. All right. And then later Elijah went to a woman, a widow, because the Lord said that there, a woman will provide for you. Okay. And long story short, when he went to that woman, told her to make some cakes. She said, we only have a little bit of oil. And he said, look, basically have faith in the Lord. Just go do what thou hast said. And she did it. She had faith. She did it. And the oil never ran out. And they ate many days. You see? So, hey, man, the Lord brought the rain back, Because basically Israel repented right then and there. They were worshiping Baal, but the Lord, he showed them a mercy. But them wicked prophets, prophets of Baal got slayed, man. All right, who led our people astray in the beginning. You see? So Ahab went up to eat and drink, and Elijah went up to the top of Carmel, and he cast himself down upon the earth and put his face between his knees and said to his servant, go up now, look toward the sea. And he went up and looked and said, there is nothing. And he said, go again 7 times. And it came to pass at the 7th time that he said, behold, there ariseth a little cloud out of the sea, like a man's hand. And he said, go up, say unto Ahab, prepare thy chariot and get thee down, that the rain stop thee not. And it came to pass in the meanwhile that the heaven was black with clouds and wind, and there was a great rain. And Ahab rode and went to Jezreel. All right, but that's it, though. You see? So, hey, man, the names of the Lord is important, which is Yahweh, and his only begotten son is Yahushua. All right? And call upon those names, man. And fear and worship the Lord power, man. Okay? And hey, the Lord is about to perform these miracles again. All right? Which he's already doing somewhere in brothers' lives. All right? So, hey, I just want to make this lesson, Lord willing, is edifying. All right? Until the next time, shalom.